Guys, welcome back. So today's video is so crazy exciting. I can't believe this day is finally here. I've been hinting at this for a long time now, and again, it just feels so surreal that the day is finally here that I get to announce this. So I collabed with BH Cosmetics on the Nazanin Kavari brush set. Oh my gosh, you guys, this has been in the making for like a year and a half now. I started working on this brush collab before I even got pregnant with Vaughn, and Vaughn is 5 months old. So literally, it's been such a long time. So I just finished up my meeting with BH. It went really well. It was super quick. I just finished up my meeting. It went really well, and I'm just so excited that it's finally out, finally available for you guys to get your hands on it, and I can finally talk about it. Like, I'm just so incredibly excited for this brush collab. I get so many comments on all of my makeup tutorials or IGTVs, and it's like, Naz, what brush are you using for your foundation? What brush are you using for your blush? Like, I get so many questions on the brushes that I use, and a lot of the times I just sent back like the eye emojis because I couldn't really announce it yet. Ever since I created this brush set, I honestly don't reach for any other brushes. I have been using these brushes religiously for the past year, and anytime you guys watch my past makeup tutorials or IGTVs and you guys see me using black brushes, they are these brushes. Again, I'm just so excited that this brush set is finally available for you guys to purchase. It is now live on bhcosmetics.com, which I will link down below. But let me just give you guys some background on these brushes. So when BH approached me to collab, I was so incredibly excited. This was my first time collabing with a beauty brand. I have collabed with other brands for other products, but this was my first time collabing with a beauty brand, and I have been such a big fan of BH for such a long time. BH really does hold a special place in my heart because back in the day when I was in high school and I was a freelance makeup artist, using that term lightly, I would do makeup for girls for like prom and homecoming and stuff like that. And BH was there for me. I didn't have that much money as a high school student, so I could go to Ulta and get foundations in a bunch of different shades for a really affordable price. And that is why I was so excited when BH approached to collab with me, because again, I just genuinely love the brand so much, and I just built such a great relationship with the team. For those of you who are new here, I actually immigrated to America when I was 2 years old, and this is the whole reason my family immigrated here. They wanted to give me and my siblings opportunity for a better life. They wanted us to have, the world be our oyster and just to do whatever we want to do. And this really does symbolize that for me. This really symbolizes my achievements as a beauty and lifestyle vlogger, and this again is just the next step. That was something that was on my goal list for such a long time, was to collab with a beauty brand, and I'm so excited that the day is finally here. So enough with me being all sappy, and let's talk about the actual brushes. These are mine that are all like dirty and stuff. Let me grab like new fresh ones to show you guys. So here's the box that your brushes are going to come in, and it is just a black box, and you have all the brushes on the front, and then I have this lime green, neon green detailing, and that is the accent color for this collection. So with the brushes, you will be receiving this black makeup bag, and it's in this shiny material. I'm so obsessed with this makeup bag, guys. I went through like probably 4 or 5 rounds of creating this bag until I finally was like, okay, I love it. This is what I wanted. So it's such an amazing size. I take this when I travel all the time. Not that we can travel right now, but when we can travel, this is what I take all the time. And it just says Nazanin Kavari on the front. I wanted it really delicate so it didn't like overpower the bag. So, if you guys are taking this in your gym bag or when you travel, it's not like my name just like plastered all over it. Then the inside is that pop of color, just like the box with the neon green. I knew I wanted a pop. The thing is, I knew I wanted black brushes. That was the first thing I wasn't sure about, because I was like, what color? I had such creative control over these brushes, you guys, that I was like, the world is literally my oyster. Like, what color do I want these brushes? At first, I did a few rounds where I was gonna do like this pink color, then I was gonna do this like reddish purple color, and then I was like, you know what? That's just not me. I wanted people to put this on their makeup vanity or wherever, and it didn't draw like too much attention, but it was still very sleek and beautiful. And that is how I picked on this shiny black color, just like the bags, to see how they like correspond. So I went with this glossy black color, and this brush, like, there's so many details in brushes that I just didn't know. I learned so much from this collaboration, you guys. This was my first time really sitting down and like going through the process of creating a product, and oh my gosh, I had no idea how much work, how much time goes into creating a product, you guys. Like, there's so many back and forth. There's so many, like, getting a prototype, and then you're like, you know what, I want to change this, that, and the third. Then you have to wait for that to come in. Like, it really is a process. So that is why it took like a year and a half to create these brushes. So I went with this glossy black finish, and then I also made the brushes pointy at the bottom. Here, you guys can see it better. So I wanted the brushes to come to a point. So see how like this brush, for example, comes to a rounded bottom? I wanted these brushes to be very sleek and like almost sexy, you know? Like, I know it's weird I'm calling a brush sexy, but I wanted that like sophisticated, you know, chic feel. So I went for this tapered pointed bottom, and then the ferrule is slanted. You guys will see in the close-up. So this part of the brush is called a ferrule, and I decided to make mine curved just to give it a little bit of a detail. These are the brushes that are on my vanity, and these are the brushes I reach for every single makeup look. I have not done a makeup look since I've received these brushes without using them. So I'm just so proud. I can't wait for all of you guys to get your hands on these brushes. They're finally out for you guys. Again, link down below. They're live on bhcosmetics.com. I knew I needed a pop of color because I did have black brushes. And at first, guys, trust me, I did go back and forth. I'm like, is that too simple? But I'm like, that's what I love. I love simplistic. I love clean lines. And I feel like the black, like even pro makeup artists can have this in their makeup collection and they would love it. You know, like not everybody wants like a pink bright brush, and I totally get that. I had such a wide selection of colors, I just had no idea which one to pick. So finally I narrowed it down to baby pink and this neon green color. And I was really like, guys, trust me, this took like a good 3 days of me trying to decide between baby pink and neon green. And I was like, you know what? I feel like everybody expects me to do the baby pink. So let's go crazy. Let's do an edgy twist and let's do the neon green. So again, I love like the neon touch. I feel like it just contrasts so beautifully with the black. And then also for our promo pictures, I loved how my background was green and we did the green liner. Like, I'm just so glad we picked it. It's just so edgy and different, and especially because I knew these brushes will be launching, you know, around the fall time. I guess to me, like, this is more fall. So I am so happy I went with the green. And again, the promo pictures with the green just looked amazing. I'm really happy with my decision. A little tutorial on how I use these brushes for my everyday looks. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't believe the day is finally here to show you guys my brush set. Like, it just feels so surreal. Again, this is like 2 years in the making, so I'm so excited to finally show you guys all these brushes and talk about each one of them individually and show you guys how to use all of them. So I already started out by priming, and then I also combed my eyebrows out with soap. You guys know I'm all about the bushy brows lately, so that's all I've done so far. So first things first, I'm gonna go into foundation. So I love using my foundation brush for this. This is the number 2 brush in the set. So I love using a brush to apply my foundation, and then I go in with a sponge and I press it in. So I'm gonna be taking this brush and my liquid foundation. Just gonna apply a few pumps. I'm just gonna begin buffing it in the skin. So as you guys can see, I love using a brush to apply my foundation because it's just so quick. So literally in a few seconds, I feel like I did such a huge portion of my face. The density of this brush just makes it so perfect, and the shape to just buff your foundation in so quick. To be careful around the eyebrows because again, I already have them brushed out. I know I said in a video not too long ago, I was like, I don't get how people do their eyebrows first. But now that I do soap brows, I'm like, yeah, I have to do it first or the soap blends in with the foundation. But regardless, foundation looks so good. I love this brush so much. And then I like to grab the number 9 flat edge defining brush. And this is just like the perfect little brush to do small spaces. So I like to grab my foundation on this brush and then just go around the eyebrows to get more precision. Then I like to take a damp sponge and just press in the foundation. And this gives me the most flawless base for my makeup. So there we go, that's it for foundation. And now I'm gonna apply my concealer. I don't know if you guys just noticed, but my lighting changed. So I just took a quick second and I fixed it. And now we're back to what we were doing. So I just applied my concealer and then I use a different concealer for cleaning up the brows. And I'm gonna do that after I touch them up a bit. But also I'm gonna be applying my contour. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys that I use a brush for every step of my makeup routine because that would be dishonest. I do use a brush for a lot of things, but I also use a sponge for a lot of things. That's why I didn't put in my brush collection, I didn't put, you know, a cream contour brush because I don't use that. I use a sponge for those things. So again, I really wanted this brush set to be what I actually use in my everyday makeup routine, so you guys can have that as well. So to cover up my brows, I'm going back into my number 9 flat edge detailing brush. So again, the more you use these brushes, the better that they get. So here's what mine looks like. The more you use it and the more it like cakes up with foundation, the sharper it's gonna get. Here is a brush that I use every single day, and then here's a new one from the package. So see how it's a little bit more fluffy like this? So again, the more you use these brushes, the better that they're gonna get. Like the more you use them, the more they're gonna be manipulated to be perfectly shaped for you. I like to take a pot concealer, and again, this gets really, really nice and sharp so you can really get that nice defined brow. So again, this is the same brush that I use to clean up the top of my brows. I'm just gonna go in and carve out my brows. It's literally the perfect shape for this. Taking that same brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply concealer all over my lid to prep for eyeshadow. Now I'm gonna set my face, and I'm going in with one of my favorite brushes in this set. This might be honestly my favorite brush overall in the set, and this is the number 4 tapered under eye brush. Now I shaped this one perfectly to fit the under eye area, so you guys know I'm all about setting the under eye, and I just needed that perfect brush to fit that area. So here's what mine looks like. So again, here's what the brush looks like when you first get it out the package. So as you can see, the more you use this brush, the fluffier it's gonna get. So again, these brushes just get so much better with time. Like they're amazing as it is, but the more you use them, guys, like these brushes are gonna become your secret weapon. So you guys know I love using a pressed powder to set my under eye. This is the Charlotte Tilbury powder. So I'm just gonna grab it with my number 4 brush. I love using this brush, it's so perfect. I also use this brush to go ahead and set my entire T-zone. It's the perfect shape for your chin, your under eyes, your forehead. So I don't think I mentioned this yet, but there's a reason I did not put a big fluffy powder brush in this set. So the reason I didn't is because I feel like at this point, all of us have our go-to big fluffy powder brush, and I feel like it's not something that you can really mess up. I have so many big fluffy powder brushes, you know, like ones that are like this big. I have so many brushes this big that I'm like, I feel like, again, it comes in every brush set. I feel like everybody has their go-to as it is, and they're not really that special. Like they all pretty much do the same thing. So that's why I didn't care to have it in the brush set. So I'm just going ahead and finishing up setting everything, also getting the eyelids. And this is also the brush that I pack in my makeup bag when I'm like on set or I'm out and about and I know I have to touch up my face. I just pack this brush and this powder and I just go ahead and reapply whenever I need to. So yeah, honestly, this is by far my favorite brush in my set. Now taking my number 1 powder brush, I'm gonna use this to set my contour. So this one I specifically shaped to fit your contour lines perfectly. So this is supposed to fit this area. And again, I didn't want anything too big, too fluffy. I wanted this to be more precise. So this is what mine looks like, again, after using it a lot. So I just wanna compare all the brushes for you guys, just so when you guys get the brushes, you're not like, oh, how come Naz's looks more fluffy? It's because, again, the more you use it, the fluffier it gets. This is the only brush I use to set my contour. Literally, if you go back to all of my makeup tutorials from the past year, this is the brush I'm using. But yeah, guys, this is like what you use to snatch your face. Also gonna take this along my hairline. I'm just so excited. I can't wait to see you guys using these brushes. I'm gonna die. Literally gonna die. Like, it's so surreal. So surreal. I can't believe I'm finally mentioning them. Because again, I would get comments like, what did you use for your contour? What did you use for your foundation? What brush did you use for your blush? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I like to take that number 4 tapered under eye brush again. Even though it's made for under eyes, I also like to use it to clean up my bronzer. So that is it for the face right now. The way I like to do my makeup is I like to do my base and then I like to do my eyes and then I'll go back in and add the blush and the highlight and then the lips. It's kind of like adding the cherry on top, you know? So now we can move on to the eyes, and for my eyes today, I'm using BH's newest palette. This is the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop Sugar Cone palette, and it's filled with these gorgeous shades of brown. So now we can move on to the eye brushes. So I didn't want to put too many eye brushes because that's just not the type of person I am. I don't do super intricate eye looks. I typically use 3 or 4 brushes max when I'm doing my eye makeup. So that is why I wanted to just put in the essentials for you guys. So for the eyes, I have a crease brush, a lid brush, and then a smudger brush because you guys know I'm all about smudging out my eyeliner. So these are the 3 eye brushes that we have in the collection. For my crease, I'm using the shade Delicious, this really nice warm brown color, and I'm using my number 6 blending brush. So mine again is nice and fluffy, and this is literally my go-to crease brush. I'm obsessed with this brush. So I'm gonna pick up Delicious on this brush and just buff this into my crease. So I alternate between circular buffing motions and then windshield wiper motions. But you guys can see it just blends out my crease color so nicely. I'm so proud right now. Literally guys, I'm so proud right now. I love these brushes so much. I could get the worst feedback back, like, girl, your brushes suck, this, that, and a third, and I don't even care because I love them. I love these brushes to death. Another reason I love this brush before I dip into a darker contour color is I also like using this brush to contour my nose. So I will just take my bronzer shade, my nose real quick, like I'll just drag it from the crease and just do that real quick. I'm all about using brushes for multiple purposes. Like I don't like to just use a brush for one thing. I like to use it for multiple things. I'm gonna grab the shade Toasted from the palette. It's a shade darker than the shade we just used, and focus this on my outer V with the same blending brush.
Somebody say hello?
Yes. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Mommy's showing everybody her new brushes.
Say hi, Mommy.
Hi. I love you so much. I gotta use a clean one. Here we go. Let me get a clean one from here. Probably gonna like the feeling. You know Mommy was pregnant when she made these brushes, huh? You know Mommy was pregnant with you when she made these brushes.
He just woke up, guys. That's why he looks like he's kind of out of it.
Yeah, he's usually grumpy when he first wakes up. I love you so much, baby. Now I'm switching over to the number 7 flat shader brush. I'm gonna take this beige shade right here, Sugar Rush, and just use this to just quickly apply it to the brow bone. And then I'm gonna spray this brush and I'm gonna apply the shimmer shade from the palette. This here is Cookie Dough, this first really shimmery shade. I'm gonna pack this on my lid, and this brush is so perfect for packing on lid shades. That is why I made this brush. It's to really pack on your shimmers, your glitters, to cut your crease. Just applying anything on your lid, this is the brush for you. So I like to apply all of my shadows like it's a cut crease, like all of my lid shades. That's it for the shadows. Now I'm gonna move on to eyeliner, and you guys know I'm all about smudging liner on my lash line. I think it looks really flattering, I think it looks really pretty, and it's just a lot faster and a lot easier than doing a full like liquid wing liner. So I'm grabbing a brown liner and I'm just going to smudge this cream like pencil on my lash line. Then grabbing my number 8 smudger brush, I'm gonna grab the darkest shade in the palette, which is Homemade, and I'm gonna use this to smudge out that liner. I'm gonna take the brown on the same brush and pat it on top just to intensify it a bit. So yeah, that's how I do my shadow liner. I love this brush for this. I knew I needed a brush like this in my collection because I use this so often, like I do this so often. So that's it for the eyes using all 3 eye brushes. I'm gonna quickly apply mascara and lashes, and then we're gonna go ahead and finish up the face. So I'm using Lily Lashes in the style Miami. I usually use Miami Flare, but today I was like, you know what, let's just try something different. So I'm using Miami, just regular Miami. So now we're gonna move on to blush. This is the BH Cosmetics Chocolate Orange Truffle Blush Palette. You guys know I'm obsessed with this palette. This is all the blushes I've been using lately, specifically this top pink one. And the palette smells so sweet and yummy because it's like the chocolate truffle line. But the brush I'm gonna be using is the number 3 angled blush brush. This is just by far, hands down, the most perfect blush brush. Perfect shape, perfect density. I'm saying perfect about everything. I know perfection doesn't exist, but these brushes are pretty damn close. So I'm just going to take this first color, and I like to focus my blush on the outer edge. Then for highlight, I'm going in with my number 7 highlight brush. This is also such a great density for highlight. It doesn't pack on too much or too little. It's just the perfect amount. And I'm just going to pop this on. So then I also like to take the blush brush again and just kind of melt the blush and the highlight together. And then I also take some of the highlighter and apply it right here on my nose. So yeah guys, we used all of my brushes in my collection. Now we just have to set the face, apply lips, and we're done with the look. So I'm just going to apply some setting spray. I like to use my leftover powder on my lips before I line them. And that's how I use all the brushes. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and again, link down below. It's now live on bhcosmetics.com, and then in a few days it's actually going to be live on ulta.com as well, but you guys get your hands on it right now from bhcosmetics.com. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so thankful and grateful for every single one of you. I wouldn't be able to do this without your guys' support, so I'm so thankful for you guys. And if you guys choose to purchase these brushes, please let me know, and make sure you guys tag me on Twitter and Instagram. And again, I'm just so excited for this, and I really hope you guys enjoy and love these brushes as much as I do. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again for our next video. Bye guys.